Hello everyone, this is Taki'h. So I want to share a practice for the couples, for the lovers out there. I did this last night with my beloved and it reminded me that it's something that's very special and I haven't shared it with you yet. So I have in previous videos shared about the three types of time that you can spend together. One is quality time, another one is bubble time, and another one is sacred time. And I give more details about that in that video. You can look that up. And now I want to share with you about etheric dates. So normal dates that we think about are the ones where you are physically in the same place. You go to a movie or a dinner or a dance or something you do together, and it's a date. So this is a date, but you're not physically together. And this is extremely helpful for those couples who spend time apart. If that's something that's regular for you, then this can be very supportive. Or even if it's something that's rare for you and so it really throws you off, or it seems like, okay, a bit awkward, this can really support you. Also because many couples report, and I've heard this, and it pains me to hear it, that when they get back together after they've been apart for some time, it's a difficult transition. It's difficult for them to come back, and there's a bit of for whatever hours, days, until they get back in sync. So one of the ways to avoid that, of course, you can have regular conversations, keep each other up to date, or whatever, but also the etheric dates. Okay, so what's an etheric date? So you make a date just like you would for quality, bubble, or sacred time. And then, so you match the time zone. So if you're in different time zones, you got to take that into account. So for example, if it's my 7 p.m. and it's his, wherever he is, his 9 a.m., then we got to just make sure that it's at the same time, no matter what the time zone is. So we set a date and we say we're going to start at this time. And there may or may not be an official closing time. We don't use an official closing time. We just let it play out. And so during those etheric dates, you can take it to, at least we take it 2 different ways, and maybe there are other ways, and I'd love to hear about that. One way is that we say we're going to do something with each other during that time. So maybe we schedule that we're going to do a meditation together. Even though we're not physically together, we visualize the other in front of us, or that we're going to go into a breath practice or something, and we know that the other one is doing the same thing at the same time. So there can be some structure to it, if that supports you. We rarely use that, but it is an option. And then free flow. So we begin, we open, we imagine the other one in front, and then if there's structure, we go into the structure, and if not, we just see what wants to happen. So yeah, that sounds a bit open-ended. It's a bit like bubble time, the mystery, entering into the mystery, but etherically. And what is the benefit? Why would I do that? I already mentioned a whole bunch of benefits, but really, if you feel like, okay, that's kind of weird, or I don't think that will work for us, we're not really those kind of people. All beings are interconnected. This is a quantum physics reality. It's scientific fact. And especially with those that you have an intimate connection with, whether it's physical, it's sexual, emotional, heart, soul, all of the above and more, that connection doesn't stop because you're physically not in each other's presence. But it does need to be connected to. It does need to be not cultivated, but something that you intentionally harness. They may come to you in your sleep time, or you might feel that, oh yeah, I felt you there at that time. But why not set a date where you can connect in this way and keep the flow going. So in the beginning of our relationship, Timo and I, we were apart for a lot of the time. The first year, year and a half, we were apart for more than half of the time. And this was something that was very challenging. And at first we thought we'd have to put everything on hold until we meet again, and then maybe start again, take a few steps back, because we all change in months that go by. And then we realized, because of these etheric dates, actually there was no pause, there was no hold. We were growing together while we were physically apart. And then when we were physically together, it was a continuation as opposed to a pause or a break. In some way, there wasn't a break. And so this really, really supported us. And now that we are living together and spending much more time together, I still travel a lot because of my work. And so this is something that I know that if we're going to spend 2 weeks apart, then for us, that's our time thing. That, okay, 1 week is like, no problem, we don't really need an etheric date, we're still connected and we know that. But once we hit 2 weeks, then, or somewhere between 1 and 2 weeks, we both feel like, yeah, we need to set an etheric date with each other and connect and see where it goes. So we just go into it, and then we see what happens. And it's been very interesting. Many times it's matched very beautifully, not necessarily exactly, but the energy of it, or what we went into, or because we can really feel each other. And other times it's quite different, and that's also okay. The point is that our energy bodies are still connecting, are still growing together. And then afterwards, we just close. There isn't any texting or WhatsApping or sending pictures or anything like that during those etheric dates. And then afterwards, we share about them together with each other. How was it for you? What happened? How was it for you? What happened? And just enjoy that. So something to play with. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And it's a way to really also expand your connection, to know that that there isn't a limit to how you can feel each other, how you can stay connected and growing together, even if you're not physically together. Those bonds are not limited by form. So enjoy. I'd love to hear about it if you feel to share. Last night I had one of those etheric days with my beloved, and yeah, it's very, very nourishing. He's now been gone for over a week, and yeah, it just helps bring things back, the connection. So blessings. I wish nothing less for you. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for joining me today.